Story 1. The Violinist's Bargain. Setting: a dimly lit music hall in early 20th century Paris. In the heart of Paris, a young violinist named Nicolo was desperate. His talent was undeniable, yet fame eluded him. One stormy night, he wandered into a shadowy tavern, drawn by the haunting melody of an unseen musician. Sound of a violin playing. Nicolo whispers, "Who plays like that?" As he approached, he saw an enigmatic figure cloaked in darkness. The musician turned, revealing piercing eyes. "Mysterious musician, you seek greatness, don't you? I can grant you the skill to captivate any audience." Nicolo, nervously, "What's the cost?" Mysterious musician, "Just a piece of your soul." Consumed by ambition, Nicolo agreed. Overnight, he became the most celebrated violinist in Paris. Crowds flocked to hear him play, but each performance felt more hollow than the last. Sound of applause fading. Years later, Nicolo found himself alone, haunted by the emptiness of his success. He realized he had traded his passion for mere applause. In a desperate bid for redemption, he returned to the tavern, but the musician had vanished, leaving only echoes of his once great music. Story 2. The Painter's Pact. A rustic studio filled with canvases and paint. In a small village, an artist named Elena struggled to sell her paintings. One night, while painting by candlelight, she felt a presence in the room. Sound of a whispering wind. Voice: "Your talent is wasted here. I can make you famous." Elena, startled, "Who's there?" Voice: "I am a collector of souls. In exchange for your fame, I will need your passion for art." Intrigued yet hesitant, Elena considered the offer. Fame and wealth were tempting. "Elena," after a pause, "what do I need to do?" "Create a masterpiece by dawn." That night, Elena painted furiously, pouring her heart into the canvas. By morning, a breathtaking piece emerged, but as she unveiled it, a void filled her heart. The crowd gasping. The world adored her, but she could no longer feel the joy of creation. Her art became a mere product, lacking the soul she had sacrificed. Years passed, and one day she decided to reclaim her passion. She burned her paintings, hoping to erase the deal she had made. Sound of crackling fire. In the flames, she felt a spark of her old self return, a reminder that true art comes from the heart, not from dark pacts. Story 3. The Poet's Last Stanza. A dimly lit cafe with a flickering candle. In the 19th century, a struggling poet named Samuel found solace in the local cafe, where he often recited his verses to indifferent crowds. One evening, a well-dressed stranger approached him. Stranger: "Your words deserve a grander stage. I can offer you the fame you crave." Samuel: "And what do you want in return?" Stranger: "A promise. You must never write a line of poetry that isn't perfectly crafted." Desperate for recognition, Samuel agreed. Almost instantly, his poems were celebrated across the land. He became the voice of his generation, but the pressure weighed heavily on him. Each poem came at a cost, his creativity drained, leaving him a shell of his former self. Eventually, Samuel sat alone in his study, surrounded by crumpled drafts, unable to find inspiration. Samuel: "What have I done?" In a moment of desperation, he picked up a pen and wrote a simple line, free from the constraints of perfection. The act felt liberating, yet he feared the stranger's wrath. The stranger reappeared, anger etched on his face. "Stranger, you've broken our pact, Samuel. I'd rather be free than perfect." With that, the stranger vanished, leaving Samuel with the knowledge that true art must be born of freedom, not fear. He found solace in imperfection, writing freely until his last days, rediscovering the joy of his craft.